Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Scenes Memories of a Starry Sky. My name is MS-Punker1, and last video we were going through some stuff again together with Chihaya. We were at the library, I think, and see if we could look up some information about the accident, and thanks to Ishihashi, we got a name actually on someone that might know something. So let's see who that person is. No idea. Are you talking about your fiance? Probably. We headed towards the address listed on the note Ichihashi had given us after we left the library. And we couldn't deny the evident spring in our steps. An eyewitness that should have been there, huh?
Ichihashi-san, どうしてそれを知ってたのかな?
We didn't get a chance to ask, unfortunately.
あれ以上お仕事の邪魔をするわけにはいかなかったものね。
Yeah. It very much didn't seem like there had been only one or two visitors that were waiting for her to be available. One person after another called out to Ichihashi with some inquiring about the location of the book to the point it was almost incessant. Probably. Sorry. I was sure those people had been wondering, is she ready yet? The whole time we were deep in our discussion. Shaya checked the note in her hand and stopped in place. I stopped walking in kind. When Shaya double-checked the name on the nameplate and gently tilted her head. What is it?
気のせいかもしれないんだけど。
Look in her eyes made it seem like she was trying to recall something important.
どこかで覚えがあるの。このお名前。ここまで出かかってるんだけど。
Shaya pointed right to her tongue as she said that. You mean he's an acquaintance?
それがもう一つはっきり思い出せなくて。
Meaning her memory was fuzzy. Was it either an acquaintance from a really long time ago, or someone she didn't have many opportunities to regularly get in contact with?
いいわ。会えばわかるでしょうし。幼児だけなら偶然の一かもしれないし。
Shaya mustered mused aloud, cutting herself short to ring the doorbell. It It's an old-fashioned buzzer that apparently matched the aged ambience of the building. I didn't notice any immediate response, but I could sense someone approaching the front door a short time later.
突然申し訳ありません。私、市橋由紀さんのご紹介で参りました。北条千早と申します。
As expected, Chahaya's well-disciplined side suddenly made an appearance. She recited that elegant, prudent introduction before I could even open my mouth.
少しお伺いしたいことが
Then
Yuki さんに北条じゃと。
It would be safe to say his complexion changed in an instant, and the elderly man wiped his door wide open. Whipped his door wide open. Chaya had just barely even finished saying hello.
私が北条です。北条千早です。
千早お嬢さんか。なんと確かに面影がある。大きくなられたの。
私をご存知なのですか？
ああ、いや、何度か講演会の事務所でな。先生が連れてこられた時に見かけただけなんじゃが。
まあ、それではあなたはお父様の講演会に。
以前はな。
This man? When he heard Chahaya's name, he rushed out and shot her a wide grin. However, his attitude quickly turned sour the second Hojo's committee came up.
しかしどうして北条先生のお嬢さんがわしのところへ。ゆきさんの紹介と言われたか？
はい、もしかしたらご迷惑になることかもしれないのですけれど。
Chaya took one look back at me and I nodded to her. It seemed like the better idea to have her be the one to speak with him. I may have pushed a terrible duty onto her, but Chaya gave me an understanding nod in return and turned back to the elderly man.
昨年交通事故を目撃されたと伺ったのですけれど。
その話か。
The elderly man groaned and fell silent. Maybe his reaction was because he really had witnessed it.
お手間は取らせません。本当であればそこで何をご覧になったのか、それだけを教えていただきたいんです。
知らんと突っぱねたいところなんじゃが。
The man sighed very deeply. Was this grief?
ゆきさんには何かと気を使ってもらっていての。それでつい愚痴めいた話をしてしもうただけなんじゃが。いつか何かの役に立つかもしれませんとあの人が言うたのは 気休めではなかったんじゃな。
He's gonna tell us that he saw Kiro there isn't he? I still think that it is Kiro that picked up the key. So, and I'm gonna continue thinking that until the game says otherwise. Was this man also regular at the library? Based on what we saw earlier, Ichihashi did appear to be popular.
ただ、よりにもよって北条家のお嬢さんが来るとは思わなんだが。
Had Ichihashi and this man braced themselves, knowing that this day might eventually come? That someone would investigate my brother's accident? Maybe he thought he would be silenced again, even if he willingly came forward. If he was the witness mentioned in the article, the one who was pressured to retract his testimony.
当時の週刊誌の記事を読みました。
Shaya's tone had grown stern. True enough, this was to be expected, considering it may have been the Hojo name that was making this man so tight-lipped.
やはり何か脅しや圧力といったものがあったのでしょうか。であれば、あなたからお伺いしたとは決して口外いたしません。それに。
Shaya appeared hesitant, only to regain her composure and force herself to speak.
それに、もしも私の名前がお役に立つのであれば、身を守るのに使っていただいても構いませんので。
I nearly asked, "Are you sure about that?" It was true that if she gave her guarantee as the daughter of the Hojo family, it would make for a considerable show of fame or force. It was as good as saying she would ask a representative of Hojo to act if anyone were to raise their head to this man, the hand. However, if Shaya were to do that, it would make it even harder for her to defy her father. Even someone like Hojo who fired a maid on a single whim from his daughter. No, that was actually all the more reason his daughter had a heavy cross to bear. Also, and this was purely hypothetical, what if the Hojo family was the one who crushed his testimony? Who would Shaya end up fighting against?
いや、こちらこそお嬢さんに迷惑をかけたくなくてな。
At some point the elderly man's gaze shifted from Shahaya to me. Oh, I got it. I was just some unknown third party to him. It might have been different if it were only Shahaya, but he wouldn't trust her with me either. With me here. Shaya followed his line of sight and with some hesitation explained.
彼は私の友人です。信用できる人物ですので、ご安心ください。
Why not telling him that it was my brother who died? Yeah, Shaya, if you hadn't hesitated to call me a friend just then as inappropriate as it would have been, that would have made me depressed. Thank you.
お嬢さんの言うことは疑ったりせんよ。 じゃがしかしな。
He was clearly conflicted by this situation, but I wanted to give him one more push for him to open up and share his testimony. But Shaya didn't, nor did she want to force him into it. I was sure her personality played a part in that. If he kicked the bushes in the wrong way, a snake just might jump out. A snake by the name of Hojo.
わしはどうせ老い先短い。証言を翻した後の後悔に比べれば、ここで全部ぶちまけてしまった方が楽になるじゃろう。
The man practically partly admitted to her having given into threats and eyed Shahaya sympathetically.
じゃがお嬢さん、あんたは知らん方がええかもしれん話じゃ。いや、あんたこそ知るべきかもしれんが、今の生活が何もかも根こそぎひっくり返るかもしれん。そんな真似、わしには。
構いません。
Shaya replied in a dignified tone.
私はこれまでの安穏とした生活にただ甘えていました。それを自覚するのが遅すぎました。そのせいで。
Her expression warped in agony when she glanced over at me.
そのせいで多くの人にご迷惑をかけています。今もなお。だからお願いです。私の立場などお気になさらず、あなたの見たままをお話ししてはいただけないでしょうか。
じゃが。
This elderly man's increasingly distressed eyes pointed back at me again. Shaya seemed to be prepared. In which case, I ought to brace myself in kind. I understand your concerns. I continued and revealed the information I kept to myself. The person who died in that accident was my brother. We were both in the same vehicle, and it happened right in front of me. The card I had played made his eyes grow wide from shock, from where he looked to Shahaya seemingly to verify that this information was true. Shahaya slowly yet firmly nodded in acknowledgement, and the man dropped his shoulders. The man said as much and feebly turned to head back inside the house, leaving the door ajar.
上がっていきなさい。茶ぐらい出そう。玄関先で済ます話ではないのでな。
ありがとうございます。お邪魔します。
Shaya looked up at me with a joyous look on her face, and I nodded to her. I just hoped the information was worth getting excited over.
確かにわしは見た。あの場にいたもう一台の車とその運転手を。それもよく知っている相手じゃった。わしはな、お嬢さん、 講演会にいたぐらいじゃ。今でも先生のことを尊敬しとる。手腕についていろいろ言うやつもおるが、先生のおかげで暮らしが良くなったのは確かなんじゃ。この辺りが観光客の車でどうにもならなくなってきた今もまさに先生の尽力で道路の整備や規制が進んどる。この町の恩人なんじゃ、先生は。だからこそじゃ、先生の名に泥を塗るような証言はできんかった。先生んとこの若いやつがやらかした真似を告げ口するようなことはできんかったんじゃ。秘書じゃよ、秘書の木戸。その場にいたのはいけすかん若造じゃ。やつめ、わしが警察やマスコミから証言を求められておるのを知って脅迫まがいのことを口にしながら金を払うと言ってきよった。しつこいマスコミにつけ回されて疲れていたのもあったが、それもやつは任せろと言ってきよってな。黙らせてやるからわしも黙っておれと。先生への恩義もな、もちろんあったが、やつはそれすら沈黙を強いる材料に使ってきよった。わしが証言すれば先生にも迷惑がかかると。飴と鞭をちらつかせたつもりじゃろうが、一番困るのはやつ自身のはずじゃ。見えすいた恫喝じゃったが、結局わしは折れてしもた。確かに金も振り込まれておった。約束通りの額がな。どこから出た金かは考えたくもない。
Probably blackmail.
だから全額そのまま福祉施設へ寄付した。そんなことでわしの罪が帳消しになるとは思えんかったが、やつはその後懇親会の席でしたたかによってこうもほざいておった。あれだけ危ない橋を渡ったんだ。俺が地盤を継いで当然なんだ。などとな。それがどういう意味なのか確かめる気にもなれんかった。そのままずるずるこんな日を迎えてしもうた。なあ、お嬢さん、悪い言葉言わん。奴との結婚などやめておきなされ。奴は必ず北条家にあだなす。
What's her face gonna be like? And she's engaged to a murderer or at least psychopath. By the time we left the elderly man's house, the sun had completely set.
本当にありがとうございました。失礼いたします。
Are you alright?
大丈夫。純也こそ平気？
I guess. I'm pretty surprised though.
そうだよね。
ready to go. We cause him even more problems if we stick around here for much longer.
そうね。行きましょう。
Shia bowed her head to the elderly man's home once more and began to walk behind me. We tottered all the way over to the site of the accident. Part of the reason we came was simply because it was on the way home, but I also didn't think I could deny that I felt like I had to visit in my current state of mind. Hold on a second. I called out to Shahaya and headed to a vending machine by the side of the road. I quickly bought and came back with 2 random drinks, then leaned against the guardrail and waited for her. Yeah, sorry I picked this out at random. I handed one of the drinks to Shahaya. She looked somewhat surprised, but smiled all the same.
ありがとう。助かるわ。いただきます。
Shaya wasn't exaggerating when she expressed gratitude as she opened her can. I was equally parched as well. No offense to that elder man, but the tea he served had been nowhere near enough to cover how parched we gotten just from talking.
ホットでもよかったぐらいね。
Shaya said that after taking 1 or 2 drinks from her can. No surprise, we're not selling those anymore at this time of year. She didn't say that just because it was chilly tonight. And just because it was chilly tonight. Our hearts were chilled to their core.
途中まではお父様がそのもう1台の車に乗ってたのかと気が気じゃなかった。
Me too, but
シゲトさんがね。
if he was there, then it would mean that the person in my memory, the person in my dream who picked up the key was Kido. Man, the remains of that injury on the back of my head had been throbbing sharply since earlier. Shaya was handling it in her own way, clenching her can tightly. It had started off ice cold, so it wouldn't get warm just because she held it in her hands, but
まさかとは思うけど、高谷さんの事故そのものにシゲトさんが。
I actually think that is the case. So I don't know if the accident was just our car or Takaya's car, or if it was that they drove into someone else. But for an accident to occur, something must have happened to the driver, so that either he drove into collided with Kido, or he did something that made Takaya, turn the wheel and drive into the wall. Shaya. Hmm. I merely called her name and placed my hand on top of hers. As I expected, her hand was faintly trembling.
Junya.
You were there, you were there when I needed you the other day, remember? I applied additional pressure, no passion into my hand as if to repay the favor. Try not to dwell on it too much. No matter how horrible Kido is, we still don't know yet whatever he's connected to my brother's accident. Well, he has to be in some way since he was there and everything he did afterwards. I was ashamed to admit that not even I believed that was true. How would some third party even manage to plot that accident? That was bordering on a conspiracy theory. The accident and itself wasn't intentional, and I wanted to believe that.
そうかもしれないけど、でもならどうして重人さんは。
Why had he covered up the fact that he was there in the first place? That tone of doubt had been jabbed in us and refused to come out. Yeah, if he didn't have anything to do with it, then it shouldn't really be a problem for him to be there. Whatever he had an important position or not. This is purely hypothetical, but yeah, what if Kido found out that my brother had been given your grandfather's key and was simply following him?
それで偶然事故が起きて落ちていた鍵を拾った。
That is a viable opinion, isn't it? An option. When had he learned that my brother had the key in his possession? Why did he know my brother had it and that it belonged to Shaya's grandfather? Did he go out of his way to pick it up? If so, then for what reason? Where was the key now? With him, probably. There was so much we didn't know.
純也が冷静で助かる。私一人だったら今頃取り乱していたかも。
I'm only able to put on a brave face because you're here with me, Shaya. I shrugged. We were so shaken up because it didn't seem to like he was lying, and everything he told us sounded credible. His testimony often aligned with my memory at several points, and seemed logically sound. I hadn't noticed any flaws in his statements, and was pretty sure his story was also consistent. And yet, something still felt out of place. Something was bugging me, and I couldn't put my finger on it. Couldn't help but wonder if I was forgetting something. Had I overlooked a key detail? those thoughts continued to whisper quietly in my ear. Oh man, these old scars were throbbing again. Yeesh. I gently shook my head to drive away the dull pain along with those stagnant thoughts. Rather than obsessing over the things no amount of thought could help, I had better prioritized what I did know. A man said he felt too guilty to properly pay his respects, but he would like to know. He seemed plenty sincere to me. There were those who believed it was often too little too late. However, I would like anyone who has never experienced guilt before to go ahead and try to cast the first stone at him.
でも待ってほしいと伝えたのはどうして？
Oh, well, it's like he said. I'm not really sure how to explain this to Misora. I believed my old man could handle this like an adult, but Misora, on the other hand, she might act cheerfully most of the time, but I had to wonder what sort of stance she would take when faced with a person who had effectively turned a blind eye to her brother's accident.
それはそうね。彼女、私たちよりしっかりしてるようにすら時々見えるけど。
Let's keep this secret for the time being, especially the part about Kido.
そうね。もう少し事実がはっきりしてからでも。
Facts, huh? Searching for that key has become awfully important, huh? I didn't want to make Shia worry too much, so I inadvertently changed the subject to something a little more light-hearted. I felt bad for my brother, but I wanted to hope he would at least laugh and forgive me for prioritizing the woman I loved most. I knew my brother would.
そうね。鍵。まずそこからなのかも。
Shia whispered, seeming to dwell on it as she sat beside me with her hand tucked in mine. Then she turned to me.
鍵はシゲトさんが持ってる可能性が高いのよね。
Yeah, I agree. All we had to go on was my fuzzy memory and a strong testimony from an elderly man. Couldn't imagine a scenario in which he forked over the key and admitted to what he had done if we questioned him. No, he would probably just try to explain it away or something. It would have been all over if he had simply played dumb. I would have had to reconsider where the key may have been. It may well have remained a mystery forever.
あの日、ここにいて何かを知ってるのもシゲトさん。
Shaya? She repeated Kido's name almost as if she were trying to convince herself of something. What was she thinking exactly?
はあ、私、やっぱり卑怯ね。
What?
自分では何も決められない。責任を負いたがらないという点。
Chaya squeezed my hand as she spoke. In one hand she held what had to be the freezing cold can, and in the other my own hand.
純也の温かさにすがってもいい？
She went from merely holding my hand to lacing her fingers with mine. Beyond the softness and warmth of her skin, I could also mildly sense tension. The fingers were so slender, I wonder if they might just break, and yet, just how much responsibility and obligation must these hands have felt to have to bear and protect her title as the daughter of a Hoger family.
純也が鍵の行方を知りたい。そして高谷さんの事故の裏に何かあるなら知りたい。そう願ってくれるのであれば。
Her fingers stilled, only her heartbeat sped up.
私は身内の不始末であっても公にしないといけない。
Are you planning to confront Kido about this? Chaya nodded, only to grip my hand even tighter than before.
純也が私を必要とし、私にそうしてほしいと言ってくれるなら、私は北条の名にかけてそれを叶えないと。
For Chaya's sake, I actually think it would be better if she just left the Hojo name behind. It would probably be safer for her. Call off the engagement as more as everyone tells her to now, except her family, and just leave the name behind. Don't be rash. I squeezed her hand in return and spoke in a firm tone. You're not the type to shoulder responsibility all on your own. If you got a plan in mind, we do it together.
純也。
It's the same as with the cafe. It's great to try hard on your own, but you can't push yourself either, Shahaya. That applied to Azusa as well. There was no need for her to bear the entire burden alone. After all, what was I here for?
純也こそ私のわがままに付き合ったら今度こそ大変な目に遭うかもしれないじゃない。
She had her reservations, but I knew she wanted to rely on me, and I could literally feel her conflicting emotions as her hand trembled in mine.
最悪この町にだっていられなくなるかもしれない。
I guess. And deal with that when the time comes. I bet it would take my entire life to make it up to Dad and Misora, though. Shaya wasn't going to do this on her own. My childhood friend had sworn to conduct herself in a way that would bring everyone smiles. Wasn't supposed to make difficult decisions. She doubted and suffered at the hands of her own fiancé's father, yet had clearly voiced her resolve to expose their lies, namely for my sake. What good was I if I didn't shoulder the burden together with her? I like your help on this, but they try to be evasive and sidestep us entirely if we challenge them directly. After all, our adversary was the secretary to an active politician. He was cunning, crafty, and is a heuristic individual. I had learned that the hard way more than once. Oh yeah, I heard this from Hinata the other day. Shaya tilted her head to ask what it was. May have been a little mean, but I couldn't help but smirk. It's your dad's go-to move, but want to give it a shot?
お父様の手法？どんなの？
The best time to lay a trap is apparently when your opponent drops their guard and thinks they won and have accomplished their goal. It happened the day Shahaya had gained only a single night's freedom, and the tables had been turned on her the following morning. We could start by letting him believe he's won. It would require some level of preparation. Yeah, a plan was swiftly coming together in my head. I might have to step a little out of your comfort zone though.
お芝居？
To be honest, this was the part where I wished I could make a grandiose speech and say, leave all of this to me. I would soon avoid any developments that would inconvenience Shahaya or put her through any more hardship. However, I was positive she would agree to that. She would insist on helping however she could. Besides, I was likely a role that was appropriate for Shahaya.
任せて。何でもやってみせる。頑張る。
That's the spirit. I stood up and pulled Shahaya up by the hand nestled in mine. Oh yeah, before that, you better make sure not to forget to thank Ichihashi. Especially since she was the person who had prepared the stage for us.
Ah, 千早さん、今はお戻りですか?
But I think that this will be it for this video, so hope you liked it, and if you did so, leave a like to it as usual, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.